Alright guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here with another flashlight review for you. At least it's going to be the first part of it. Today we are going to be talking about an Ultrafire. Now, this has been a pretty cool little light so far. Just to give you a little bit of specs right here, as you will see, the type of Cree that it comes with. It's the XML-T6. And this is what they call zoomable. Right back here, as you see, this is the size of the beam. As you extend this, it gets smaller. And so what will happen is you go from a big spill of light right around you. As you push it out, it will take it into a very small square. Why would you need that, you ask? Well, as a good example, when I was hiking in Sumter National Forest not long ago, when I first hit the trails, you know, it's pitch black outside, I fire this up, and I mean, instantly where I'm standing is just bathed in light. Only problem was it completely lost my night vision. So if I turned it off or I dimmed it, I couldn't see nothing. I was just so really night blind at that point. But if I zoomed it out, even a portion of the way that it could go, I could keep a lot of my night vision, but also still see where I was going. So you could use this for multiple purposes. Just light the area in which you're standing or moving in, or to be able to focus on an object or person, thing, or whatever that's at a decent distance. Now, when I got this, it said that it was 2200 lumens. A little later on this evening, I'm going to go and film this in the evening so you can see when it's dark what it really looks like. I do not believe at all that it was 2200 lumens. I've seen other websites that have it all the way down to 800, some 1000. So honestly, I'm really not sure how many lumens. It is really bright. But the cool thing is it has 5 different modes: high, medium, low, strobe, and SOS. Also, to give you a little more information what it comes with, as you see here, 2 rechargeable 18650 batteries made by Ultrafire. Now, in other reviews, I'm sure you've heard me say that I typically try to stick to AA and AAA because I don't want to have to have a bunch of different batteries in order to power my flashlights, and I want ones that are more commonly found. Well, this came with 2 rechargeable ones, but as a bonus, it gives you an adapter to where it will also run off of 3 AAAs. So, if for some reason these are dead or lost, I still got a backup that I could use to 3 AAAs, which are easily, commonly found, very inexpensive. Also gives you the charger for the 2 batteries. Now, so far, I just turned this off a minute ago to switch out the batteries because I wanted to at least show you during the day. As you can see, this plastic sleeve is going to go in the flashlight to help the 18650 battery fit. Does have a good O-ring. It is considered to be waterproof and impact resistant. So you screw the tail cap on. And as your 5 different modes, you're going to have high, medium, strobe, SOS. Do it again. High, medium, low, strobe, and SOS. So it's hard to tell now how bright that is, but in the evening, that strobe is pretty disorienting, so I do believe it would be effective as far as disorienting an intruder in your house or campsite or whatever, or even for an animal if you're out camping and hiking. Another added bonus, this tail cap right there, you see it's green. I did not even realize this until last night, and I don't know how I didn't pay attention before. It glows in the dark. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's not super bright by any means, but it is bright enough that you could find it if it was in your bag. You know, obviously if it had been exposed to light prior to that, or if you had dropped it on the ground and it was turned off at night, that would definitely help. The water resistance, I'm not sure how great it is just yet. That'll come at a later time, but it is supposed to be waterproof. It does have the O-rings in it, as it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it is there. You do have a good aircraft aluminum and lanyard that comes with it. It weighs about, it's just under 7 ounces. I think it's 6.8 ounces, so not really heavy. And as you can see with the size of your hand, I mean, for me, my glove size is large, and you know, it'll fit. Doesn't take up the whole hand. It's not too big, definitely not heavy. I think it's going to be an excellent flashlight. You know, the Cree has been amazing for developing bulbs that can be extremely bright and last a serious long time. This one says 100,000 hours, so I'll probably never burn it out. But if you notice the end, the way that is shaped, that is supposed to be in case you needed to use this for defense. It is pretty hard, which is also why this is impact resistant. So, I mean, just on your hand, and I'm barely tapping, that would hurt. I can't imagine getting hit anywhere else with a decent amount of force. But, you know, there's what it could be possibly used for if you absolutely needed it to. Hopefully you never will. Hopefully I never will. But, you know what? If it's there, hey, you got an opportunity to just have something that has a little more capability to it. So, just a little bit, as soon as it gets a little bit darker, and now it's starting to rain, I'll start filming again to give you a view of exactly how bright this is, the throw on it, and what the different modes look like at night. Alright? Get back to you in a little bit.
Shadows creep in the dark.
Pa! Halt! Okay guys, so as you can see here, with baby Glock in the middle of it, pretty big spill from the flashlight here. I wish I could give you the, and of course she's gonna love her shadow puppets. But when I talked earlier about focusing the beam, as you kind of push forward on the flashlight, as you can see, it gets smaller and smaller down to this square.
Kind of looks like a credit card. Or something that I've
Where's
seen
the
before.
focus? The zoom button. And let's try to focus in. As you can see, kind of on the camera, it's not as good. There's little lines in the beam. Looks like a grid pattern. That would you still see that grid pattern everywhere, like out in the air when you're walking in the evening. But to show you what kind of throw this has, I'm going to turn and go down the back out this way. And right now, I'm shining it on the ground. It's about, that fence right there is about 20 yards. For me, it's somebody else's fence. It's a little harder to tell when I go out to the woods out here. I can actually see it pretty clear, and it's a good sized grid out there. As you see it from the ground right there, yeah, it just doesn't pick up as well in the camera, but it carries a pretty far distance. I mean, I could easily hit 100 yards on this with no effort and be able to tell what I'm looking at.
Is that a deer?
Unfortunately, it's not picking it up on the camera. But as you can see, standing here, or maybe even just this way, the camera's just not picking up the brightness of it in the area, which is kind of stinks. But if you look at baby Glock, you can see how well it lights up this area. Now, like I said, I do not believe that this is a 2200 lumen like they have firstly put on the internet, but it's pretty bright. It's definitely a lot brighter than my Heliotex. So gives you plenty of light, and I do really like the focus feature, because this way you can walk through the woods and not lose much of your night vision but still see where you're going. That way, if you have to turn it off for one reason or another, you can still see around you. Now let me give it a chance and see if you can see the end cap glowing.
The end cap what now?
Glows. The camera's not picking that up. Okay, now here's what your modes look like at night. Let me put it at full bright. Right, high. There's your strobe. Your SOS feature. Alright, now let's go back to it. Here's high, medium, and your low. So, now the run times, I'm still working on this. That I did not see that on the internet, but I'll tell you what, the other battery I had in it, I had on all day today, on bright mode. By the end of the day, it was getting really, really dim, just down to a couple lumens. But I've used it on multiple occasions. My hike in Sumter National Forest, and just doing various things around the house. Haha, there you go. Found you. So I had already used it a good amount before I started to test it out today. So I'm going to do another run with that tomorrow and see how long. I'm not going to do how long each individual function lasts on full battery, but I just want to see what's a total drain time from the time I turn it on to when I can't use it anymore on high. So,
I have a question,
right.
Tactical Nut.
What's that?
When you say high, medium, and low, do you mean musical notes?
No. Beam.
Oh.
Brightness. See, we go high, so it's really, really bright. A little less bright. And then a little less bright than that. So, alright, so hope this is going to help you in your purchasing decision. And take it away, baby Glock. What do we always say?
Be prepared and have fun.
That's right.
I'm going to stick you with a spear.
Okay, guys, just kind of as a last note, I just wanted to do a quick comparison since I kind of didn't know what to use or how to determine how many lumens this flashlight really is. This is the full bright. Let's see if this helps kind of give you an idea. Oops. Apologize for the shakiness. Right. That's the full bright, not zoomed in at all, of the ultrafire. Now, this one is the 650 lumen Defiant. So as you can see, well, let's try this. Moving this in. Now this one, the Defiant, has that direct beam that's right in the middle. This just gives you a big spill of light. So if this helps you compare maybe what you would want out of a flashlight. Now I can focus the beam. You see that square? That's the ultrafire. And this is what you get on a larger scale, really far out. This is the Defiant. The Defiant is a very yellow light, as you can tell. The ultrafire is a very white light. I do prefer this one as far as on the eyes, is being able to make out color. This one does really well. This one is just a good truck light that I've mentioned before, that wife leaves by the bed along with a very large knife. So just comparison as to what the two, just focus. Come on, camera. Now it's not wanting to focus. There we go. So, just two different types of lights, two different types of beams. But I do believe this one might be brighter. So it might be about 800 lumen, because I did see that. So, I do like that idea. Alright, signing off.